and start mining stuff, I would instantly get ingots and XP. As you can see, it will drop steak if I could kill it. Welcome back to another redstone project, everybody. Today, it is CutClean In One Command version 2.0. There's not really any features added to this, but it has been updated to 1.9, and it hasn't been changed ever so slightly. It has been changed so that the range has been increased, so that even if you're extremely far away, it will still drop an ingot. It used to be that there was a certain amount of range, but now it'll drop one regardless. Even if you're at the very, very end of your pickaxing length, it will still drop it. But you may be asking, what is CutClean? I have no idea what this CutClean thing is. Well, I will go ahead and explain it. CutClean is basically a game mode in UHC where you don't need furnaces. Everything is automatically smelted for you, and any animals you kill automatically dropped cooked food. And it's very, very fun, and a lot of people don't like it. I mean, the UHC purists, you could say, don't really like it. But a lot of people do like it because it really speeds up the game of UHC and makes it just a lot faster in general. But to get the device into your world using the one command, first you need to go to pastebin, which we will do right now. And now we are here on pastebin, and as you can see, if we scroll all the way down, we get to raw paste data. If we click in here, we can actually hold down Control and then press A, and it'll select all of the text for us. Then all we need to do is right click and press copy, and then we need to go back into Minecraft. And now that we're back in Minecraft, all we need to do is plop down a command block, open her up, and hold down Control after clicking in the command console command area, which is hold down Control, press V. The whole command will be pasted into there, and we can hit done. And then we just need to power the command block, and boom, makes the machine. This process is exactly the same if you are in 1.8 or 1.9, depending on which version of the map you are using. Now, you can right click on this sign to instantly make the whole thing disappear. So if you don't want CutClean anymore, boom, no more CutClean, and it's gone forever. So a very easy way to get rid of it, but we can add that again, and boom, and now it is back. And you see we have hello, and it'll show your player name in chat here. Say hello, and it'll say your name in here if you make it. So we'd say like hello Super Steve Man 123. Anyway, let's get into how this works. So all these command blocks, so it's not one command, but it's one command that creates the command blocks. That's the whole point of a one command creation, to make it as easy as possible to put it in the world. And I'd say putting down a command block, pasting a command in is about as simple as you get. It's very, very easy, and boom, it creates all the scoreboard objectives it needs automatically and then starts running. Right now it's running. If I was to go ahead and go into game mode 0, and start mining stuff, I would instantly get ingots and XP along with the ingot. And you get XP as to compensate for the lack of getting XP from a furnace, because normally when you take stuff out of a furnace, you get a little bit of XP as a reward. So to counteract that, you get a little bit of XP with every ore you mine. Although you do get more than you would from a furnace, I think it's okay. You still don't get very much. You do get more XP from gold ore than you do from iron. As you can see, we get very tiny little blip in XP every time we mine it. But with gold, we do get a nice little blip every time. I believe it's 3 times more, actually, than iron. And now we can get into animals. And this works with all of the main animals, but it does not work with fish. I feel like that would be a little bit much. I mean, I could have it work with fish, but who's catching fish for food in UHC? I mean, really, if you're fishing for food in UHC, you are extremely desperate. But as you can see, we got 2 cooked pork chops from that. It does not matter how many they drop. It'll calculate it every time and turn it into exactly how many we're supposed to get. We got 2 that time. Maybe we can get 3 this time. Who knows? 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah, we got 3 that time. I think we did. No, wait, we had 4. Yeah, we got 3 that time. So as you can see, no matter how many pork chops you get, it will always turn it into cooked. Same with cows and steak. As you can see, it will drop steak if I could kill it. There we go. Killing stuff. And oh, wow, did we get 4? 4? Really? That's a lot, man. Oh, even with bunnies. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, I forgot bunnies are so much smaller. Oh, I killed it. Okay, that thing died in 1 hit. I did not expect that. Although it does 5 attack damage, I guess. But yeah, those are the main animal types. We also have a chicken and a sheep. Let's get the sheep right here. Die. There we go. We got 2 mine from that. And the chicken, of course, boom, chicken dead, got cooked chicken. So all of the animals do work, and so do all of the ingots. But another thing about CutClean is the fact that you can shear trees to get apples. Normally in UHC, you need apples to make golden apples to heal. But because in UHC, if you don't know, you don't regen. That's the whole point. It's ultra hardcore. You do not get your health back with food. So golden apples are the only way to go. But sometimes getting apples can be hard. So what CutClean does is made it so you can actually shear leaves to get apples. And this was kind of a hard feature to implement. Took me a while to get it right, but I eventually thought of a way to do it using the age of leaves and testing every 50 ticks. But anyway, if we shear leaves here, we can see eventually an apple will pop out, and then maybe a little bit later we get another 2 apples there, and another one, and maybe we can get a couple more here. There we go, we got a couple more there. And yeah, we got like 8 apples from a tree, so pretty high rates if you shear leaves. If you let it decay, I'm sure you would get much less than 8. It depends on the level of apple rates on a server, but there are there's no spigot or bucket or any server plugins for 1.9. That's the main reason I have this, so that people can host CutClean games even though there are no server plugins available yet. That's what makes this very, very useful. But that is all this machine does. It just supplies the CutClean Gamemode to any Minecraft world in 1.9 or server. Just simply put in the command and it will work. Now, I'm going to go into a little bit on how this works here, so let's get right into that. So to start things out, 20 times a second, this command block will try and check to see if there's an item within a 7-block radius of any player that is a iron ore. And if it is, it'll give it a score of CutClean that is equal to 2. And if we drop this here and execute this one command block, as you can see, it now has a score of 2. Now this whole thing would normally be going 20 times a second, so this would run through faster than you could ever notice, but I'm doing it slowly so it's easy to explain. So after this command is executed, this one goes directly after it. So what this one does, it just looks for any item with a score of CutClean that is equal to 2, which this command block gave that item in the last command block. And what it does, it just summons an XP orb at that item that has a score of 2. So if we hit this, boom, summons an XP orb. And the next step is to turn that iron ore into an iron ingot. So what this command block does is it gives any item with a score of CutClean that is equal to 2, which this command block gave it. It gave all the iron ores in around me a score of 2, but there's only one, so there's only one. And this one just changes the entity data from an iron ore to an iron ingot if it has a score of CutClean that's 2. So let's do that, and you'll see the magic happen. Just watch right there. Boom. Just like that, it changes instantly into an iron ingot. And then after that, we need to get rid of this CutClean on the side. Otherwise, if it keeps having this CutClean score, this command block will keep creating XP like there's no tomorrow. So we got to get rid of that CutClean score. Otherwise, it'll just keep trying to do that and give out infinite XP until you pick it up. So what this command block does is, boom, resets the whole thing by just taking any item with a score of CutClean that is equal to 2 and then resetting it completely to 0. And then you're free to pick it up and nothing has changed. Perfectly good iron ingot. Now, the part where you have to shear leaves, that is slightly more complicated. Now to demonstrate this, I've put the score that it is tracking 24/7 in the sidebar just to give you a better visual representation. So all of the entities that are being tracked, whether it be mining an ore and the ingot pops out, that will appear in the sidebar for a split second if you do that. But only if you have the sidebar up. But by default, the sidebar is not up, so none of this will appear in the chat for you. I just put it up so I could show you how it works. So what it does is it brings me up from 10 to 450, and just it resets it. Every time it gets up to 450, it just resets again. It resets. And the reason why I do increments of 10 is because I don't want it to interfere with the CutClean numbers, which are like score CutClean 2 and score CutClean like 3, 4, 5, I think all the way through 7. And a nice even number like 10 works pretty well, and it doesn't interfere with all of the other CutClean stuff I have going on here. So the first one, it just brings me up by 10 every tick. And now this one resets me back to 0 every time I get up to 450. Now, these next 4 is what makes the whole apple thing happen. So this command block is executing on any item within an 8-block radius of a player that has an age of 1 and that is a leaf, and it's making it have a CutClean score of 10. So as soon as a leaf is aged 1 tick, which is basically instantly, it will be given a CutClean score of 10, as you can see in the sidebar, but it instantly turned into 1,000, which I will explain here shortly. Now the next thing that happens is every time my score reaches 230, there are a few chances for the newest leaves to create apples. So anytime I have a CutClean score of 230, it will look for any leaves around me that have a CutClean score of 10. And if there are leaves around me that have a CutClean score of 10, it will summon a apple right there. So, as you saw before, every single leaf around me is given a score of 10. Then, this one summons an apple at every leaf that has a score of 10. Every single time this sidebar takes up to 230. So why isn't there a billion apples everywhere every single time this hits 230? Well, the reason is because after the leaf has aged to 3 ticks, it gets a CutClean score of 1,000. So it just basically sits there with a score of 1,000 until it either despawns or gets picked up. And it's basically useless from there. So any leaf with a CutClean score of 10 that is aged 3 will be given a score of 1,000 just to sit there. And then after this, it takes any leaves and gives them a age tick of 50 just so it can catch up with all the other leaves that have been ticking on like normal. Although now that I think about it, I probably should have made it so that it resets the score altogether, even though it doesn't really make a difference in the scheme of things. It's probably only a few kilobytes. The amount of lag it would cause would probably be like none. Yeah, so that is my CutClean in One Command project. It works exactly the same way in 1.8. It just has to run off a field clock, and it's much more laggy because 1.8 command blocks are not nearly as good as 1.9. But thanks for watching this video, everyone, and I will see you all in the next one. More Redstone videos to come here soon. I've actually got a project that I'm ready to publish, and it should be out here in a few days. Goodbye!